Hello guys, welcome back to LR Anime. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of BTTH The Flame Emperor episode number 141 based on novel. So let's start. Xiao Yi. Feeling the terrifying aura contained in the shattered rock burial, Xiao Yan looked at the handsome figure standing in front of him with a little difficulty. The visitor is Xiao Yi. Although Xiao Yi did not participate in this team competition with Xiao Yang, as a fire elf, since Xiao Yang came to Dodi continent and had a mutation, she has some mysterious connections with Xiao Yang, more or less able to help Xiao Yang, and be able to rush when Xiao Yang is in danger. Broken. Xiao Yi stepped on her feet suddenly, gaining enough strength, and then her fists slammed out. The momentum is like a long rainbow penetrating the sun. Boom boom boom. The terrifying destructive power of the rock-shattered sky burial suddenly surrounded the holy flame space, making this space exude an indescribable terrifying aura. Break it for me. Xiao Yi drank abruptly, her fists seemed to be mixed with the power of flames that destroyed everything, and she suddenly faced the rock-shattering burial composed of countless broken stones and the power of holy flame. Holy flame embryo? Seeing this, Xinyan couldn't help but be startled, but she was not surprised for a long time and then calmed down. Forget it, if you take Huoxin Tianyang, you can also get a holy flame embryo, which can be regarded as killing two birds with one stone. Xinyan stood on the commanding heights and said slightly. The hot color flashing in his eyes became more and more obvious. In Xinyan's opinion, although this little Yi is an embryo of Saint Flame, at best he is a child at best, and he can kill him by turning his hands and floating clouds, and he doesn't take it seriously at all. Boom boom boom. Yang Sui Tianfu suddenly met Xiao Yi's fists, but it was surprisingly quiet, as if the entire space became silent. Bang bang bang. The next moment, there were many mysterious lines on Xiao Yi's fists, and then the rock fragmentation burial cast by this heart rock instantly shattered. How is that possible? Seeing this, Xinyan's contempt disappeared without a trace. Xinyan is very clear about this rock-shattering burial that he cast. Even if he is only the spirit of Holy Flame, without the support of Holy Flame's source power, it is impossible to be defeated so easily. It's really been a long time since I've done it, and I'm so unfamiliar. Xiao Yi said with a hearty smile. His laughter was extremely gentle, as if nothing disturbed his mind because of this terrifying rock-shattering burial. Humph. Xinyan snorted coldly, from disdain at the beginning to a deep voice now. Because the arrival of Xiao Yi just now did not bring any power, Xinyan underestimated his power, and now that his own rock-shattered burial was cracked by him, only to find that this guy's strength is extremely terrifying. Even if he is not strong, he is about to step into the level of 9-star Dodi. Brother, are you late? Xiao Yi glanced at Xinyan coldly with murderous intent, then her eyes became gentle, and she said to Xiao Yang, "It's just right." Seeing this, Xiao Yang couldn't help but smile. How is it? Xiao Yi supported Xiao Yang and felt a little bit of the weak body in Xiao Yang's body due to the use of too many methods before. This guy is very strong. Xiao Yang had just been supported by Xiao Yi, and suddenly the pure power in Xiao Yi's body continued to pour into the body, and a warm feeling flowed out. After all, Xiao Yi and Xiao Yang both use Emperor Yang, so both have the same power. Attachment. I have the confidence to defeat this guy. After a few breaths, Xiao Yi said. With Rao's current strength, it would undoubtedly be too difficult for him to defeat this Xinyan by himself. Is it feasible? Xiao Yang asked weakly. After all, the matter of possessing the body is not a small agreement for the two. It's all right. Xiao Yi said with a smile. Although there are many risks in possessing a body, at this moment, this is the only way. What are these two guys secretly planning? Seeing this, Xinyan said in a low voice, and immediately became vigilant. This Xiao Yi's strength is not weak, and with the addition of Xiao Yang who is fraught with Fen Ju, Xinyan does not think that these two will not have some trump card. First strike is the strongest. Xinyan agreed in her heart, and the breath all over her body burst out instantly, and a huge breath suddenly emerged. Burning flame hand. With a light snort, Xinyan attacked directly at Xiao Yang and Xiao Yi's position with a huge destructive power. Come on. Seeing this, Xiao Yi didn't hesitate. A trace of flame power appeared on her body, which was the same as Xiao Yang's, and then hit Xiao Yang directly. Boom boom boom. The next moment, Xiao Yang's body became gorgeous. The holy flame crystal, the ancient ruler of different fire and the immortal body are all shining brightly. The dazzling light is emerging. This time, it actually makes Xinyan feel a dangerous atmosphere. Moreover, the clan lines on Xiao Yang's forehead became brighter and brighter. Go. Xiao Yang had killing intent on his face, raised his palm slightly, and patted Xinyan's attack at will, and suddenly a shocking red light suddenly shot down. Boom boom boom. The two just collided, and suddenly strong fluctuations flickered directly in the holy flame space. It is also the sacred flame space that is extremely powerful, otherwise such a strong battle fluctuation, I am afraid that the general enchantment has already been fragmented. What the did you do, bastard? The blow failed. Xinyan seemed to realize the danger of the matter, and immediately stared at Xiao Yang. At this time, Xiao Yang felt an indescribable feeling of the strongest throughout his body. That feeling seemed to make Xinyan feel that he was just a frog at the bottom of a well. Emperor Yang, Xiao Yang. Xiao Yang smiled softly with killing intent on his face, but in that laughter, all the killing intent emerged. Impossible. How could the spirit of fire merge with humans? This is impossible. The next moment, Xinyan seemed to be going crazy, looking at Xiao Yang with red eyes. Because of his own perception, the aura on Xiao Yang's body and the aura of Xiao Yi just now were completely merged together. Even the intensity of the flame has increased too much, and the strength is also vaguely breaking through the 9-star Do Emperor. The strength of Jiuxing Do Di is really wonderful. Although there is only 1 minute, it is enough to solve you. Xiao Yang stared at Xinyan with a smiling smile. Not good. Holy flame space. Xinyan broke through and realized something, and then exclaimed. Sacred flame space, peel it off for me. In an instant, Xiao Yang's majestic voice spread to Shun Yangkong and chatted every inch of it. Shabu. As Xiao Yang's shouts ended, the holy flame space actually wriggled, and then khaki flames emerged from all directions. After it emerges, it shoots directly at the heart rock. Damn bastard. The strength of the 9-star Do Di can already exert the full power of the holy flame, and the use of the holy flame space and the exploration of the holy flame are even more. No, if it goes on like this, it will fail. I can only use that method. Seeing this, Xinyan had never imagined this scene. Need to use. Peel off the holy flame. Hunt. Xiao Yang's majestic voice came out, and then he stared at Xinyan fiercely. 1 minute is enough to kill Xinyan and harvest a complete holy flame. With the power of many holy flames in the holy flame space whizzing away at Xinyan, at that time, Xinyan's painful feeling spread throughout the body, and Xinyan could feel the holy flame aura in his body. Slowly lost. It feels like that. It seems that the power of the holy flame in my body is being swallowed up by the holy flame space. Go ahead, this Xinyan has great ambitions, and its strength is also higher than that of the 9-star Do Emperor. The strength of the fusion of the two of us is at most 1 rank 9-star Do Emperor. If it is delayed, I am afraid. And we only have 1 minute. Xiao Yi was already attached to Xiao Yang's body, and immediately spoke up. Xiao Yang didn't know where this kind of possession came from, but the only thing Xiao Yang knew was that this kind of possession was unique to Xiao Yi and himself, and even other powerhouses never possessed it. 7th layer breaking the sky ruler. 1 2 3 4. 4 feet at once. Xiao Yang's voice suddenly emerged, and then the dazzling and splendid power of flames burst out of the body in an instant, converging on the ancient ruler of eternal fire. As the Yihua Hungu Kai absorbed such a terrifying flame power, it immediately made a burst of Wang hum, an extremely pleasant roar, as if it had spiritual wisdom. Bastard. Xinyan couldn't help scolding, but she still felt quite a headache in the face of the terrifying fire body that Xiao Yang and Xiao Yi merged. I still underestimated Xiao Yang's strength. I didn't expect that Xiao Yang had only swallowed the holy flame for a few days. He was so familiar with the use of the holy flame space and holy flame. There is a trace of fear in my heart. Go. Xiao Yang's sharp-eyed hands held the ancient ruler of eternal fire, and flames seemed to surrender to the monarch. Xion's breath is undoubtedly much stronger than before. Is this the strength of a 9-star Do Di level powerhouse? Xiao Yang couldn't help his eyelids twitching. Xiaoyi is possessed, and her aura has soared to the level of a 9-star fighting emperor at this moment. Even if this strength is only for 1 minute, it is a genuine 9-star fighting emperor. With a sound, the Yihuaheng ancient ruler didn't block it in the slightest, and sank directly into Xinyan's body. Just as the terrifying Yihuaheng ancient ruler sank into Xinyan's chest, Xinyan coughed violently, but there was no hesitation, but a surprise. At that time, Xiao Yang felt a little strange. This guy, have you given up your resistance? Xiao Yang stared at Xinyan, who had been hit by his eternal fire eternal ruler, and opened his mouth slightly. The Yihuaheng ancient ruler just submerged into Xinyan's body, and suddenly Xinyan's body burst with a sound, and a dazzling black liquid slowly flowed out. As this dazzling liquid flowed out, Xiao Yang suddenly felt a tingling sensation on his scalp. Ha ha ha. Xiao Yang, Today, you will die. Xinyan roared, and then the black liquid picture became squirming, and then in the next scene, the terrifying energy group that had just swallowed countless dead beasts suddenly appeared in his hand. The next moment, the smile solidified in an instant, the palms suddenly exerted force, squeezed directly, and the terrifying force was immediately burst open. Boom, boom, boom. The terrifying heat wave spread wave after wave. Xiao Yan couldn't help but be startled when he saw this. He hurriedly pulled back the ancient ruler of Yihuaheng and looked at Xinyan with a dignified expression. At this time, Xinyan seems to have fallen into a frenzy. The power of those dead beasts that had just been swallowed has been slowly digested by Xinyan. If it wasn't for Xiao Yang's attack, this terrifying energy would not have overflowed. Immortal body. Xiao Yang suddenly called out, and above the body, a golden immortal body appeared. But this time, after the appearance of the immortal body, it was not the same as before, but with an immortal aura, it directly resisted the attack of Xinyan. Humph! I will use the holy flame spirit to burn the flames and destroy Xiao Yang. The next moment, Xinyan's mouth burst into laughter, extremely crazy. Boom, boom, boom. The energy group condensed by countless dead beasts in the Luoling mountain swallowed by Xinyan suddenly erupted, and waves of death waves were born in an instant. When Xiao Yang saw this, the splendid emperor flames and the khaki yellow holy flames were burning rapidly, and then the golden immortal body all over his body collided rapidly, constantly resisting the dead beast energy group. It's just that Xinyan's figure was slowly disappearing. With the explosion of the dead beast energy group, he actually tried to kill Xiao Yang with the power of self-destruction. It's such a terrifying power. If it wasn't for Xiao Yi, I'm afraid it would be really tricky. However, Xiao Yang smiled, and the strength of the 9-star Do Emperor suddenly appeared. Break it for me. His hands were suddenly raised, Emperor Yang in his right hand, holy flame in his left hand, and the golden yellow giant's hands exuded terrifying power, roaring towards the dead beast energy group. Boom, boom, boom. In just a few breaths, the group of dead beasts condensed by countless dead beasts will be destroyed by Xiao Yang. After all, Xiao Yang is now possessed by the fire elf Xiao Yi, and the strength of the 9-star Do Di is enough to walk sideways across the entire Luoling mountain. Go to hell! Xiao Yang had just destroyed the dead beast energy group, and suddenly only asked Xinyan's last cry, and then a cloud of khaki flames rushed towards him. A small part of the source of holy flame. Xiao Yang felt the power of the source of holy flame from this khaki flame, and this heart rock actually stole the source of holy flame. The reason why holy flame can be called holy flame is because it has the origin of holy flame. We can only fight. Xiao Yang gave a wry smile, and countless fighting qi frantically poured out of his body. However, just as Xiao Yang was preparing for the first battle, Xiao Yang felt that the beast of flames slowly awakened in the sea of vindictive energy in his body, just like the awakening of a wild beast. The indescribable strong breath permeates out. The next moment, the flaming beast pursed its mouth towards the Saint Yangjing suspended in the sea of fighting qi, and then the holy flame crystal sent out a burst of dissatisfaction, but it was better than the pressure of the fierce flaming beast, and could only float out of the sea of fighting qi. Immediately appeared in front of Xiao Yang. This is. Xiao Yang's expression was solemn, as if he had thought of something from the Saint Flame crystal in front of him. Wang Om. Sheng Yangjing stood directly in front of Xiao Yang, and then the original slap-sized Sheng Yangjing suddenly swelled hundreds of feet. Xiao Yang was taken aback by this sudden scene, but he quickly recovered. This Saint Yangjing seems to want to take back his source power, Xiao Yang said in his heart. Xinyan burned herself to kill Xiao Yang, and naturally he had his backhand. After all, as long as Xiao Yang or Sheng Yang was devoured, rebirth would be extremely easy. It's just that Xinyan underestimated the power of Saint Flame Crystal. Sheng Yanjing's voice flickered directly, then opened his mouth, and instantly devoured the power of his own source to burn the heart rock and enter. With such devouring, Sheng Yangjing became satisfied with the size of a palm at the beginning, and slowly returned to Xiao Yang's palm. As for Xiao Yang, he was stunned the whole time. However, Xiao Yang felt that Xinyan should have completely fallen, and there seemed to be some changes in the fire heart Tianyang in his body. It's really a lucky guy. Among the ring, a hidden old man spoke slowly. After speaking, let's go on. What's going on? Xiao Yang's figure suddenly flickered, and then Xiao Yi's figure appeared instantly. Apparently, the 1-minute time for possession has come. Do not know. But according to my guess, it should be Sheng Yangjing who shot and killed Xinyan. Xiao Yang said slightly weakly. Saint Yangjing shot. Isn't Sheng Yangjing always quiet? Xiao Yi frowned upon hearing this. After all, Xinyan and Huaxin Xianyan are the same, so it's not surprising. Xiao Yang explained with a smile. That's really a near miss, otherwise this Xinyan would not be a fuel-efficient lamp. Xiao Yi shook her head and said, Big brother, you seem to have something in your body. The next moment, Xiao Yi also discovered a flickering light in Xiao Yang's body. The flickering light seemed to be similar to the holy flame crystal in Xiao Yang's palm. This heart rock devoured a part of the source of holy flame. Now that all the source of holy flame has returned, I don't know what happened. Xiao Yang wondered. Brother, you'd better adjust your breath first. Xiao Yi said worriedly. That's what I meant. Xiao Yang nodded when he heard the words. Immediately, Xiao Yang did not hesitate, and sat cross-legged directly, while the ancient ruler of eternal fire was put aside, the holy flame crystal in his hand and the source of holy flame in the battle chi-si in his body echo. I don't know if something will happen, he said softly, and then Xiao Yang closed his eyes and carefully sensed the abnormality of the battle chi-si in his body and the holy flame crystal in his hand. As for Xiao Yi, she realized it from the side. This time, the fusion of Xiao Yi and Xiao Yang was a success all day long, but Xiao Yi always felt that the possession was not so successful this time, and it seemed that something was missing. Although the strength has indeed skyrocketed, there are still some things missing. At this time, Xiao Yang was in the Dochi Sea, and the flame beast stared at the uninvited guest in the Dochi Sea with fierce eyes. Ever since it devoured the fire heart heavenly rock in the desert mountain range, the flaming beast has felt an uninvited guest in the sea of vindictiveness of his life. I am the condensed of countless fighting chi in the world of fighting chi, and it is unbearable that an uninvited guest occupies my own territory, so the flame beast immediately became angry. Since this uninvited guest entered the sea of fighting chi, he has shrunk into a ball. It is because of how the flaming beast is roaring, and the light is not abnormal at all. In addition to the light, the holy flame crystal slowly suspended, and sometimes weak holy flame power would surface, but without exception, it was swallowed by the flame beast, and after swallowing a faint holy flame power, the flame beast actually felt that his body was condensing and shrinking. This is a good thing. The smaller the flame beast's body, the closer Xiao Yang's strength is to fighting immortals. Immediately, the greatest pleasure of this flaming beast is this holy flame crystal. Because Sheng Yangjing seems to be extremely afraid of flaming beasts, he does not dare to do anything to flaming beasts. But at this time, the holy flame crystal left the body, and only the light that stored the source of holy flame was left in the Dochi Sea. A greedy look appeared in the eyes of the flame beast, trying to swallow it. The fur of the flaming beast exudes an extremely gorgeous color, and the raging fire burns on its forehead, which is quite domineering. Wang Om. The light of the source power of Fire Heart Tianyang did not have the same knowledge as that of the flaming beast, but only sent out a faint flame towards the flaming beast, and then the flaming beast became quiet. Because even if it is a faint power of flame, the flame beast knows that the light of this flame is not easy to provoke. Fusion. Xiao Yang easily controlled the source of holy flame in his body and a trace of the source of holy flame in the holy flame crystal in his hand, and opened his mouth slightly. Xiao Yang could feel that the source of Saint Flame in his Do Chi Si echoed the source of Saint Flame crystal in his hand. With Xiao Yang's subtle control, at that time, the bright source of holy flame in the world of Do Chi burst out directly against the body, and that holy flame crystal also exudes an extremely dazzling light. Boom boom boom. As soon as the two made contact, an extremely intense flame sensation spread throughout the entire holy flame space. Give me a melt. Xiao Yang forcibly endured the tingling feeling in his scalp, and suddenly drank it. Even if the powers of the two are of the same origin, the power of the holy flame in Xinyan has been polluted a lot by him, so it is quite difficult to integrate it now. Fenju. The next moment, Xiao Yang suddenly thought of something, and then his mind moved, and the Fenju exercises from the depths of his heart instantly filled out. Inspired by the Fenju cultivation technique, followed by the addition of God's flame to coordinate, slowly, the fire heart Tianyang slowly merged. This kind of fusion is quite slow. I am afraid that it will take 3 days for this mere source of power to fuse. Xiao Yang is naturally not in a hurry. Things have come to this stage. Anxiousness will not solve the problem. Immediately relax, keep controlling the fighting chi and burning determination in the body, and maintain the integration of holy flame. Holy flame is the purest flame power, and it is also the most powerful fire attribute power in the entire Great Thousand World. Except for some old monster-level holy flames who will cultivate themselves to become human beings, most of the other holy flames are just a flame form, and the holy flame spirit is only an auxiliary guardian. Big brother, this is the real holy flame now. After Xiao Yi finished speaking, she closed her eyes and began to practice. Xiao Yi's current strength has already reached the 8-star Do Emperor consummation, and she is only one step away from the 9-star Do Emperor, but it is this one step that has troubled Xiao Yi for a long time, and Xiao Yi has used the experience of this battle. See if you can get a breakthrough, otherwise, if you want to enter the 9-star Do Emperor, I am afraid you can only evolve the identity of the little Ihua elf. Xiao Yang was merging with the Holy Flame, and at the last moment when the Holy Flame was fused, Xiao Yang's body suddenly trembled, and then Xiao Yang's soul realm shook violently. Not good. Xiao Yang shouted loudly. Just as he was about to start, he found that on the khaki-colored fire heart sky rock in front of him, a force instantly hit him, and then Xiao Yang only felt that his soul seemed to leaving Luoling Mountain. Big brother. Is this the separation of the soul? Xiao Yi was instantly awakened by Xiao Yang, but because of her trust in Xiao Yang, she did not act. Woo. Somewhere, in a dark and humid environment, gusts of overcast wind blew. Where is this? The colorless and transparent Xiao Yang's soul body slowly appeared here, and then spoke slightly. Xiao Yang's soul body left his body and immediately looked around vigilantly. Chuk choke. Shabu shabu. The sound of chains and running water appeared, attracting Xiao Yang's gaze. What was reflected in Xiao Yang's eyes was a dark mid-air, a figure pierced by pitch-black chains. The figure had extremely long hair and was extremely sloppy. At first glance, it was obvious that it had not been cleaned for many years. Under the figure running through the chain, a strange water flow that does not know where it is flowing slowly flows. However, when Xiao Yang saw the figure's abdomen, a stunned voice slowly appeared. That is the smell of holy flame. In the pitch-black space, in the center of the figure whose body was penetrated by mysterious chains, a bright red thing slowly beat, as strong as the heart. But at this time, Xiao Yang's soul body knew that this thing was the power of holy flame, and now, although Xiao Yang is only the soul body leaving the body, Xiao Yang can clearly feel that the figure in front of him is exactly the same as the holy flame soul seed that he obtained in the Yin Corpse forest before. That is to say, the holy flame in front of me is the same holy flame that I obtained the holy flame soul seed in the Yin Corpse forest. But in the next moment, Xiao Yang's brief surprise was replaced by doubt. Generally, holy flames will not give birth to holy flame soul species, unless this holy flame is controlled by foreign evil races or some evil people, otherwise. Could it be this holy flame? Xiao Yang stared at the figure carefully. However, it was found that on the figure's body, a spooky and eerie black gas flowed. If it weren't for the bright red holy flame power at the heart, I'm afraid it would have been corroded and riddled with holes. Elder Shen, I have troubled you to protect the old man here all these years. Your Majesty misses you very much. Not far from Xiao Yang, two figures slowly appeared. Of these two figures, one of them, Xiao Yang, is not unfamiliar. He is Wen Zi, the current national teacher of the Shenling royal family. At this time, Wen Zi was staring at the old man who was approaching with great respect, and the old man had an old-fashioned appearance, which made people know at a glance that he had gone through a lot of hardships in his early years. The old man was dressed in plain clothes, with white hair and a white beard, and he seemed to have a rather old-fashioned air, but looking at Wen Zi's attitude towards him, I'm afraid his status was extremely high. How has King Shenling been recently? The old man said slowly. Your Majesty just came back from the Medusa Temple, it's just that thing. Wen Zi said hesitantly. Forget it, I didn't expect that the Medusa clan would actually have a clan with the power of the blood of the real swallowing python, and also obtained the inheritance of the Medusa clan, so be careful. The old man shook his head slowly. Okay, let's go here and talk about something else. The old man said immediately after watching Wen Zi walk into the deepest part of some underground palaces. Yeah. Wen Zi nodded wisely and turned to leave. As Wen Zi left, the old man slowly stared at the man pierced by countless mysterious chains, and opened his mouth slightly. Yang Kai, when you two holy flames, our Shenling royal family dispatched almost all of our strength, only barely conquer you. As for the other flower, she escaped under your protection. But I believe that with you, she will come back sooner or later. Although you have been resisting with the power of holy flames for so many years, we have some cooperation with the ghost world. It seems that the power of holy flames in your body won't last long. Then, it will be the day of your sacrifice. Ha ha ha. The old man's roaring laughter slowly echoed in this space. The pupils of the figure with countless chains running through its body turned black, as if being driven by someone to control the mind, but the bright red heart beat a few times, and then the figure's pupils returned to the real, and stared at a certain space and said, Yu Ying Ying's taste. Xiao Yang was stared at by this figure, and his whole body trembled immediately. The strength of this figure is simply unfathomable. Even if Dang Dang stared at Xiao Yang like this, Xiao Yang had no will to fight and was defeated without a fight. Not to mention fighting. Who dare to spy on the local area? The next moment, the old man's sharp eyes suddenly caught the position of Xiao Yang's soul body, and then a terrifying shout suddenly appeared. Damn! I was discovered. Xiao Yang scolded secretly, and then without hesitation, his figure exploded, and he hurriedly wanted to leave here. Because of his appearance, but his soul body, once the soul body is lost, it will probably directly affect Xiao Yang's promotion in the future. Little devil! Death to this immortal! The white-haired old man's figure exploded, and the power of life and death in black and white suddenly appeared on the palm of his hand, and then he attacked in the direction where Xiao Yang fled. Not good. The attack of the fighting immortal powerhouse. Xiao Yang's speed was fast, and he had no power to fight back in front of the fighting immortal powerhouse. Immediately, a flash of determination flashed in Xiao Yang's eyes, and he decided to self-destruct his soul body. Escape a trace of the soul body, otherwise once the soul body falls, the consequences will be unimaginable. Boom boom boom. Just when Xiao Yang was about to shoot, a fiery red flame suddenly appeared 10 meters in front of Xiao Yang. The fiery red flame was like an elf, slowly protecting Xiao Yang's body, and then suddenly took the attack of the old man fighting immortals. The two attacked, and the terrifying power of space destruction came out, and bursts of trembling and shattering power emerged. Come on. A cold voice sounded in Xiao Yang's heart, and then the fiery red flame actually dimmed a bit. Thank you, senior. Xiao Yang naturally knew that this fiery red flame was naturally the thing of the senior who was pierced by the chain. As for why this figure wanted to save himself, it was unknown. With the cold voice of the figure, Xiao Yang's figure moved and disappeared in this space in an instant. Asshole. Yang Kai. The old man Do Xian said angrily when he saw that Xiao Yang had escaped. No, it's that easy. An intermittent voice came from above the fiery red heart. Humph. The boy from Funxiang Pavilion just now, I felt a familiar wave from him. You won't be able to last for long, but it's the matter of Funxiang Pavilion, old and new. After the old man Doxian finished speaking, he immediately went quiet, then stopped talking, and sat on a round platform to close his eyes. Watching here. Burning Incense Pavilion. I don't know how that fellow Fen Tian is doing now. The voice above the fiery red heart finally disappeared, and then the eyes returned to ashes. At that time, this space will gradually return to calm. In the Xiaoyang Shenyang space within Luoling Mountain, Xiao Yang suddenly opened his eyes, a mouthful of blood spurted out, gasping for breath. Facing such a fierce blow from the old man fighting immortals just now, if the mysterious figure doesn't save him in the end, I'm afraid he can only use the last resort, even if the price is too heavy. Big brother, are you alright? After all, Xiao Yi and Xiao Yang had some connections, and immediately asked with concern. It's alright, I just merged with the real fire heart Tianyang, and I couldn't control it. Xiao Yang smiled slowly. As for Xiao Yi, although he decided to trust him, Xiao Yang didn't want him to worry, so he didn't open his mouth to tell the truth. It's fine. Xiao Yi nodded in relief when she heard the words. Since he has the full version of Shenyang, Maro Fen decided it was time to take a look. After all, there was that Xinyan before. I'm afraid the power of Holy Flame did not make Fen Ju truly evolve. Xiao Yang said with a smile. The next moment, Xiao Yang slowly stared at the extremely dazzling khaki yellow holy flame in his hand, and the burning incense deep within his body emitted an extremely pleasant aura. It's time. Xiao Yang closed his eyes for a long time, and then he regained the power he had previously consumed in the mysterious space. I don't know why, in this holy flame space, Xiao Yang's strength has been vaguely enhanced. Xiao Yang's strength was only in the late stage of the 6-star Do Emperor, but in the holy flame space, his strength was abruptly upgraded to the 6-star Do Emperor consummation. Even the speed of recovering Do Qi is more than 3 times faster than the outside world. This time, let me see how powerful the follow-up incense burning is, Xiao Yang said with anticipation. After Xiao Yang finished speaking, he slowly moved the burning dew in the gas. This kid, he has finally conquered the real holy flame, and he is going to start using burning dew to evolve. At first, I thought he couldn't discover the ambition of the holy flame spirit, but now it seems that this kid not only improved his strength during my sleep, but his temperament also became much stronger. But that Long Yi also fell into a deep sleep. This is unexpected. It seems that it is not so easy to obtain this holy flame. In the ring, the figure of the Golden Dragon King slowly said to himself, but there was a hint of comfort in the voice. Compared with before the retreat, the breath of the Golden Dragon King is undoubtedly one in the sky and one in the ground. The first time that guy in Tuorsha used the holy flame to evolve the burning dew is still vivid in his mind. If this guy can't bear it. After the Golden Dragon King finished speaking, there was a trace of doubt in his voice, and then he quietly lurked, watching Xiao Yang's every move in Xiao Yang's body. Fire Heart Tianyang. Give it to me. Xiao Yang laughed loudly, and then a dazzling source of holy flame energy directly emerged from Xiao Yang's chest from the holy flame crystal in his hand. Such a dazzling power of flame is the source of holy flame. Don't look at this mere khaki flame. If this flame is not prepared, I am afraid that ordinary Do Di strong can say that burning becomes nothingness. I hope you don't let me down. Xiao Yang muttered to himself, and then directly swallowed the source of the holy flame. Since you want to use the power of holy flame to evolve burning dew, that's the only way. Devour the source of holy flame, and then use his own control to face Fen Ju. Let Fen Ju absorb it, and complete the evolution. Xiao Yang directly swallowed the power of holy flame, and then the fighting chi in his body surged frantically, all of which were directed at the deepest part of his body. Boom boom boom. Fen Ju was motivated by so much fighting chi in a short period of time, and immediately made a very happy voice, and then without hesitation, he directly devoured the source of holy flame. Fen Ju had already evolved once before when Xiao Yang devoured Sheng Yang, but that time, the evolution was not complete, so Fen Ju was not allowed to truly evolve. The Burning Judgment is divided into 6. But now the full version of Huaxin Tianyang has the ability to make the real Fen Ju evolve. Boom boom boom. The terrifying holy flame power and vindictive fluctuations were continuously absorbed by Fen Ju, and then on top of the Fen Ju, scenes full of mysterious runes appeared in the depths of Xiao Yang's heart. Although Xiao Yang could not understand these patterns, he knew from his heart that these things were definitely not ordinary things. Burning Dew. There are 6 realms. One is Burning Dew, burning the foundation. The second is Burning Dew, burning the soul. The third is Burning Dew, burning the fourth is burning the sky. The fifth is burning the earth. Xiao Yang still clearly remembers the voice that appeared in his heart when he obtained the full version of Burning Dew. It's just that swallowing the holy flame has made Fen Ju evolve, but from the beginning to the end, Xiao Yang knew that Fen Ju had not yet stepped into the first realm. Thinking about it now, the reason why Fen Ju did not enter the first realm by swallowing the holy flame before was largely due to the incompleteness of the original power of the holy flame. When it devoured Huaxin Tianyang back then, some of the original power of the holy flame was taken away by Xinyan, which is why the current scene appeared. Don't care. Xiao Yang gave up thinking, and then directly collided with Fen Ju with the complete power of the holy flame in his body. Boom boom boom. As soon as the two touched, the incomparably violent holy flame power suddenly flowed through Xiao Yang's body. Xiao Yang screamed in an instant. At this time, Xiao Yang's whole body was wrapped in khaki holy flame, and the power of holy flame was constantly flowing in Xiao Yang's body, soul realm, battle chi si, and limbs and bones in his body. Damn! Xiao Yang endured the pain, and his eyes were already red. A mere holy flame. I don't believe it, if you can't subdue you. Quiet me down, Xiao Yang suddenly shouted, and Fen Ju constantly produced some flame-fighting energy in his body, and then slowly eroded the power of Sheng Yang's source. The strange thing is that the power of the source of the holy flame is for self-preservation or for various purposes, and it quickly flees at the first moment of Fen Ju's fighting chi, as if the holy flame will swallow him directly. Ah ah ah. The screams kept echoing in the holy flame space. This kid, he actually passed through the first burning body so easily. The Golden Dragon King said with some humor. Although Xiao Yang was tossed to and fro by the power of holy flame, Xiao Yang's body strength was undoubtedly increasing at an astonishing strength. The Golden Dragon King clearly remembered that when the ancient Emperor Tuorsha entered the first burning body, he almost fell. The difference between the two can be seen from this. Among the 3 mountain ranges of Luoling Mountain. Qinshin, Mu Yingying, are you alright? Xiong Yuan just appeared with a naive look, and his eyes were on seeing the 2 girls on the top of Wuliang Mountain. Seeing that the 2 girls didn't seem to be hurt, Xiong Yuan hurriedly spoke. We're fine, it's just. Xiao Yang seems to have disappeared with the King of Infinite Mountains. Qinshin shook her head slightly. At the last moment, Qinshin only found that the weak lord of the Infinite Mountain and Xiao Yang had both disappeared here. As for where they went, it was unknown. Disappeared? Hearing this, Mu Shuzi couldn't help but feel tight, and a feeling of something bad spread throughout his body. Xiao Yang is now the treasure of their human palace. If there is any loss, he is a sinner in the human palace. Moreover, Elder Zhu has high regard for Xiao Yang and will not let him off easily. How did they disappear? Mu Shuzi asked hesitantly. The strength of the Lord of Boundless Mountain is comparable to that of Xiong Yuanmu and Shuzi. If this Xiao Yang is really taken away by the Lord of Boundless Mountain, then, do not know. But I can feel that is fine. Mu Yingying made a slight noise and then said. In Mu Yingying's hand, the ring contained the body, magic core, and even blood of the five-element beast. Qinshan didn't want these things, so Mu Yingying accepted them unceremoniously. Although she didn't know what Xiao Yang wanted to do, Mu Yingying knew from her previous expression that these things were definitely important to Xiao Yang. Hey, let's go first. The spirit of rainfall has disappeared, and I'm afraid this place is about to disappear. After a careful inspection of the surroundings, he found nothing, so Xiong Yuan had no choice but to say, let's go, let's go. Mu Shuzi shook his head and said immediately, Deputy Hall Master. Just when the four of Mu Shuzi were about to leave Luoling Mountain, a hearty laughter slowly appeared. This video will end here.